All right, here we go.
VladTV.
Fat Joe, welcome back.
What's up, my brother?
Man, we've been doing VladTV before there was VladTV.
Man, it's so many years of doing it, right?
Over a decade.
But we always shock the world with our interviews, right?
Always. We stir things up, man.
We always stir shit up. I mean, I think the most historical one was the Gay Mafia.
The Gay Mafia.
Right? The hip-hop community is most likely owned by gay. To be honest with you.
But do you think they'll be...
They're owned by gay. I happen to think there's a gay mafia in hip-hop.
Right.
Not rappers. You know, the editorial presidents of magazines.
Sure.
The PDs at radio stations. The people who give you award at award shows. This is the fucking gay mafia, my man.
Exactly. People still upset over that.
No, not upset. I wouldn't say upset. It brought a lot of light to the real, but now it's normal.
Now you have gay rappers. First of all, happy birthday to hip hop.
45 years.
45 years. Just were you there at the whole thing?
I was there last year.
Okay.
They threw an event last year. I didn't know that they threw one this year, but I was there last year when it was like Kool Herc's building and all that. That was amazing.
Amazing. Yeah, man. The fact that when you and I were younger, you may have heard this, because I definitely heard it. You know, kids in my high school saying hip-hop ain't going to be around in 2 years. It's just a passing fad.
I don't think I ever heard that.
I heard
and
that.
You know, where I come from is the Bronx.
Yeah,
so I
it's
come
the
from the
birthplace.
motherland.
Yeah.
So I was so fortunate and so blessed to see Melly Mel and Grandmaster Flash and them playing basketball pickup games. Ruby D, the first Latino rapper, playing softball games. You know, I'm from Little Ikey C. I'm from Lovebug Starsky. I'm from the soil. I'm from the hood. When I see the old school rappers, they don't look at me like Fat Joe. They look at me like Little Joey from the block. You know what I'm saying? So I was just so blessed to see it transform in so many different ways.
Well, I remember when you first came out with Flo Joe. And if you were to tell me that 20-something years later, 25 years later, this would now be, you know, a artist with commercial hits and pop hits, and, you know, I would be like, get the fuck out of here, man. Come on, this guy here who's all aggressive and, you know, all up in the mic, you know, on camera with 100 goons with him.
The ITC, but what happened was what transformed me was Big Pun when he passed away. So when Pun was like double platinum, we made so much money. And the song, his shows had girls, dudes and girls, and we saw how much crossing over could actually make you money and keep you on the charts. So when Pun passed away, you know, I had no choice but to step up and make big records. You know, had Pun not passed away, I probably would have always stood the MOP Fat Joe, the Digging in the Crates Fat Joe.
The yelling,
you know what I'm saying? Just
high energy, yeah.
Who the fuck you think you talking to? Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't even do that no more, I don't think. I swear to God, I can't. I'm doing a song with Ghostface right now, and, you know, I'm killing it, but I'm doing it on some Fat Joe shit. You know, it's different. Pat Poose calls me the other day. He was like, yo, what happened to the who the fuck you think you talking to? What happened to the, here's the code? I'm like, yo, bro, I'm trying to make money, trying to make hits, man. I did that.
You know, and I remember before you and I met, and this was like early 2000s, like, you couldn't really walk up to a Fat Joe. Fat Joe had the terror squad around him. You know, you guys had the reputation.
That was a big mistake for me.
Yeah, and I remember, I was at the Mixtape Awards, and it was like, I couldn't even say hi, like, as a fan, as a mixtape DJ.
Because I'm the real deal. Like,
yeah.
There's no doubt about it. I'm the real deal.
But
and now it's more like I'm just the OG, so people just look at me like, yo, don't fuck with them. They pop off. Like, but, you know, it's like, you know, I'm smooth about it. It's my job. I've been elected to school the youth and let them know, yo, chill, don't do that. Don't do that. Hove did that, so you don't have to do that. You know what I mean? And that's where I'm at with it. But at that time, I didn't really, I think I lost $100 million doing that type of shit, where I was unapproachable for people trying to give me all type of money for endorsements and all that, and I was just thinking, fuck that. We the realest niggas. We don't care. We don't give a big mistake.
Well, you mentioned recently that when you were coming out, you were Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
But you weren't trolling, though.
No, I wasn't trolling.
You were
but
really
I wasn't
putting hands
trolling.
and feet on people.
What I mean was,
The
you know how
aggressiveness?
right now we say to each other, people say, yo, I hope that kid lives.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that's what I am hearing. Not hip hop is over. What I do hear in every place his name comes up is like, yo, I hope the kid figures it out and lives. That was the concept with Fat Joe. People were like, yo, these niggas, they crazy, bro. So I hope they don't kill people and go to jail or just die. Like, you know, Fat Joe was like a walking time bomb, especially with all that beef with 50 Cent and all that. It was like, oh, they're going to kill each other in the middle of the street as soon as they see each other, you know. So that's what I mean, that type of energy where people were like, somebody in their right mind got to be a real daredevil to work with Tekashi 6ix9ine on a Colgate commercial or a fucking brand. Like, because you're like, yo, this guy, any minute now, he's ready to erupt.
Right.
That's the type of energy Fat Joe had when he first, when he was out here.
Right. I mean, Tekashi is telling the whole world to suck his dick, which I don't quite understand. And, I interviewed Big U from the West Coast. Mm-hmm. And, he explained, he's like,
let me give you 6ix9ine. 7 years from now, he gonna still be 6ix9ine, the kid who was disrespectful. The money is gone now. The labels have moved on to other projects. Guess what happens?
people still gonna remember what he said.
People gonna still remember. Mm-hmm. Ain't you the kid, the king of New York? Oh man, I was on some stuff back then. Oh no.
I don't know, man. We look at me. Fat Joe's friends with 50 Cent. Fat Joe's.
I never saw that coming. Because I've interviewed you about 50 Cent. And I said, is there ever a chance? Do you remember this interview? I said, there's ever a chance y'all two working out. And you're like, nah, he was just too disrespectful.
He was. But let me ask you something. This guy, Tekashi 6ix9ine, might be a pastor in the future. We never know. The thing that's so intriguing about life as it goes is you never know where you're going. You know what I'm saying? So he might become an ambassador of the West Coast for good deeds and shit. Who the fuck knows what's going on in life? I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah.
You never know where this is going to. Nobody could predict the future.
Well, he had that robbery, kidnapping thing happen.
Well, that's probably, anybody could get robbed or kidnapped. You know what I mean? I'm not going to attribute that to him calling for it or answering for it. Like him like, yo, come rob me, whatever. But, it can happen to anybody, man. The kid is out here, man. He's out there. He figured a way. He's doing the Donald Trump. Donald Trump became president doing this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Donald Trump's the biggest troll in the game. It's like, Tekashi figured out a lane that me and you may not be comfortable with, but it works for him as long as he stays alive.
I mean, you and 50 hooked back up because of Chris Lighty at his funeral?
Well, at his funeral, we were both there in attendance, and that was that. But then we did a tribute at the BET Awards to Chris Lighty, and we just made peace right there. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's been a successful peace treaty since.
So far.
Yeah, Palestine, Israel, man, like they fucking make a peace treaty for 2 weeks and then they go back
It
at
falls
it.
apart. Well, there's a lot more
with
people
me and
involved
him,
in that.
so far it's been longevity. You know what I mean? It's been like we've been longevity friends, right?
Well, you know what I noticed? A lot of times when it comes to these beefs, these rapper beefs, it's not usually the two rappers that cause all the problems. It's usually the 50 people around them. The entourage, someone trying to show out. Yeah. You've always had these big entourages, Terror Squad. That name is not just a made-up name. You know what I mean? And I feel at times some of these dudes have done stuff that you may not have approved of.
Slightly different in my crew. In my crew, the buck stops here. So at the end of the day, it's like, if I was the leader, I was the leader. You know what I'm saying? And you find that with crews where the artist really ain't the leader, where there's
a muscle in the
back.
back.
It's like, yo, Joe, and if it ever slipped out of control, you know what I mean, where some of my guys did something that I ain't want them to do, we would handle it internally. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody. There was times people wanted to jump out the window and hurt you know, really do some things to people. And I was like, yo, you can't do that. Like, you know, this ain't, you know, we're famous. Like, you can't go and do that. You know what I'm saying? You got to chill. We're going to go to jail for this.
I mean, have you ever had to trim down your crew just because
I
there are
had
liabilities?
motherfuckers crying, bro.
Crying.
Killers. Guys who did 20 years in jail and all that crying, telling me, yo, Joe, these niggas is disrespecting. Let's air them out. Let's get it to these crying. Please let me air these guys out. And I'm like, yo, we can't do that, B. Like, you can't do it. You know, this is why, damn, I don't want to talk so deep with you, but you always, you know, you always on some shit.
Right.
This is why the government hated John Gotti so much, because, you know, allegedly he had problems with motherfuckers. He was killing them. Like, you know, allegedly, you know, it could be on the news. He could argue with fucking Maury Povich, and the next day Maury Povich would die. You know what I mean? So motherfuckers is like, yo, this nigga is airing motherfuckers out in front of everybody so everybody can know. That is a no-go. That is a go-to-jail fast card. You know what I'm saying? Like, we arguing with somebody that's on display and you want to jump out and do them, you know, you gotta be ready to wear that. You gotta be ready to be like, all right, the rest of my life, everybody's gonna know I aired this guy out, and the cops is gonna know too.
Yeah, cops ain't
So
stupid.
hopefully they ain't lock, you know, they don't lock me. Cops love hip hop. Nah, they tuned in. Like, what do you mean? They know
It's all-
who got
it's all
beef
right
with
there.
who.
Everyone's self-snitching on Instagram.
Everybody's on Instagram. Yo, when I get Lodo ass OG, I'm gonna kill this nigga. This, like, all right, Lodo ass OG got killed on stage. Johnny Boy said it on Instagram. Now what? If Johnny Boy wasn't smart, his ass is done. Like, look at what happened with the kid Extension.
XXX. Tentacion.
XXX.
It's funny because Boosie called him Extension also in our interview, but it's actually pronounced XXX Tentacion.
Terrible.
Horrible.
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 What happened to that kid? That kid minding his business. Beautiful kid. Minding his business, making his music with his fans. Horrible what they did to that kid.
Yeah, I mean, I was really surprised that he's just rolling around by himself like that.
But why can't he? If he's rapping for the people.
It just doesn't work that way. You know
Yo,
what I mean?
Vlad, what do you mean it doesn't work that way?
Because you were a target. When you make it and people know you've made it, this guy had the #1 album in the country like a few months before.
They should champion him like he's a fucking Robin Hood for inspiration. Show you that he came from A to Z, that he can make it for nothing to that. That's the problem, Vlad.
Man,
He
listen.
feel like why he can't. No, I'm telling you the truth.
Boosie had to move out of his own hood. He had to move out of Baton Rouge because he said that people were hypnotized with hatred.
Wherever you from, you will get hated the most. You know, most rappers die in their own city, man. It's a fact. And you know, you have haters who was in school with you and they mad because they was in that third grade class with you, but they don't have the same hustle as you.
And that day, XXX and Jimmy Wapo both got killed in their own city. This is what I'm saying. People love you in the Bronx. And all the OGs are gonna love you.
Yeah, but
and
there's
all
a
the
chance that
there's a
there's a
chance you
chance
walk
that
around
some
with that
jealous
chain.
motherfucker-
That chain looks like a change in someone's life. You know what I'm saying? That chain right there.
This chain looks like everybody's mother, dog, sister, cousin, anybody who ever had the name Carlton or Calderon who kills Fat Joe for this chain will never live again in their life. Like
Okay.
their whole family's existence will never exist. The
Right.
dog, everybody,
I feel you.
pacifiers.
I feel you.
Gone.
One stupid, hungry person
Yeah.
could potentially do it. I do not wish this upon
Yeah,
you,
that's
my
a
man.
fact.
You know what I'm saying? I love you, but absolutely, you walk around with that, with a piece of meat.
Why can't we inspire the people, man?
It's
Like,
unfortunate.
that's all-
it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
Why can't you inspire the people? All right, so the problem is everybody wants to get rich, famous, get out the hood. But it ain't about who gets rich and moves out the hood. It's who gets rich, moves out the hood, and comes back to help the people in the hood.
Right.
Who reaches their arm out and show these kids, yo, I made it, you can make it. That's why I open businesses in Washington Heights to show these kids. I'm about to open one in the hood in Queens. I don't care. I got to show these kids that you can survive, that you can become successful, that you inspire others to become successful. That's what I'm on.
Right. But reality when you were a 17-year-old Fat Joe and you were hungry and rappers came by,
I know that.
I'm sure you or your crew made food out of some of them. And I'm not going to name no names. I don't know. But I'm just saying, I'm just going to guess.
Yeah, I mean.
Whether it's the rapper or the local D-boy.
They had to kill a guy. They could have robbed a guy.
Yeah.
You don't have to kill a guy. I see that all the time. One thing I've always hated was somebody who robs a guy and the guy gives you his jewelry or gives you his money and you shoot him afterward.
Yeah.
Like that's senseless. You know what I'm saying? Now you playing God on earth. You're expiring somebody's life.
Yeah. Sad. Well, you and Jay-Z kind of had some tension for a while.
Let's be clear about this. Some people on this earth are monsters.
Yeah.
Real monsters. Raping kids, kidnapping women, pulling the trigger, killing people for no reason. These guys are just monsters. And they mad at everybody.
Yeah.
And, you know, most of them are ugly, too. They're not handsome. And I'm telling you, the kill, the ones that kill for no reason,
yeah, like the school
they're just
shooters
ugly
and all
motherfuckers.
Who you said should be put to death?
Yeah, they should.
I agree.
You're going to sit there and kill innocent kids that going to school and you're not supposed to die?
Yeah,
you ain't even supposed to catch them.
Yeah, just kill
So
them.
say we all know a guy kills a cop, right? God forbid, because I love, there's a lot of good cops that I know, right? A guy kills a cop, right? We all know in America that the chances of that guy going to a prison cell are as thin as this, bro.
Right.
Right?
He's not going to
So
make it.
they're going to kill this guy.
Yeah.
They're going to shoot him 100 times, and whether it's true or not that he had a gun pointed at them or whatever, we killing this motherfucker. He took a cop off the street. Cop's family is so they killing him.
Yeah.
Why do we have to collect these school shooters? Like, you know, you're supposed to just kill them. They shouldn't even be in custody. They kill 18 kids, 24 kids. Kill them. They ain't nothing to talk about.
I can't argue with that. I can't argue
That's
with
how I
that.
feel.
You and Jay had a certain amount of tension over the years. And I don't know what came first. Jay-Z jumping on All the Way Up remix or you signing to Rock Nation?
Oh, man, I think it was Jay-Z jumping on All the Way Up remix. Well, somebody who played the instrumental part of what happened is Desiree. And she's the boss at Rock Nation. So, you know, I had met her and she started telling me about Tidal. You know, I didn't really understand the concept of Tidal. Then we started, you know, working together, and then we did the remix, and then it was just like, yo, what's up? Like, you know, I see you making this. We can help you make this. And they ain't lie. It's the truth. You know what I'm saying? I'm happier than ever. I'm happy with whatever move I made with them. Is you know, these guys get to it. You know what I mean? They open up doors that ain't necessarily open.
Yeah, you got to really respect the maturity. Like, Jay signed Jim Jones, who Jim was going at him forever. Like,
I think I think once Fat Joe started doing business with The Rock, Jim was like, that's crazy because I'm doing a song with Jim now. So it's actually my first song I ever did with Jim Jones.
Okay.
So I think he was just like, all right, you know what, if Joe could get over the shit, let's move on and let's just do what we got to do.
I mean, Nas got over the shit. I mean, Jay signed Nas to Def Jam. Remember that?
Yeah, that was the big, that was the initial, you know?
Yeah, I mean, maturity. You know, you're going to keep beefing with someone until you're both dead?
Yeah.
Or are you going to make some money
even
together?
Beef is funny. Beef is dope. I think they should have time limits on beefs. Like rap beefs, maybe 1 to 2 years the most. You shouldn't be 8 years later, fuck you, this and that. You know, there should be a time limit on rap beefs. It gets boring after a while, right?
It doesn't go anywhere. Most
it ain't
times.
do nothing for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All it did was close doors for me.
Yeah. You said you try to get 50 and Ja Rule together at Summer Jam?
Yeah, it didn't work.
That's not going to happen ever. Let me just say, you know how people
It's
say
not gonna
never
happen.
say never? I'm saying never.
Nah, I say never.
I'm going to say, I know
Unless they
both
going
of
up
them.
there 80
I know
years
Ja a
old.
lot better, but
Unless they going on a rocking chair together, they have, I tried it though. I almost had
you
it.
actually try.
I didn't almost have shit. I tried. I tried, they ain't go for it. Like, you know what I'm saying? 50 ain't go for it. Ja Rule definitely wasn't going for it. It was more Ja Rule, and I got cursed out by Irv. Like, he called me up, fuck you. the fuck you think you are? This ain't no kumbaya. I was like, he just dissed my father. It's like, this shit is crazy. I get it, man. I get it. I try to make peace. I'm tired of beefing with people. I'm tired of, you know what I mean? I just want to bring people together, if that makes any sense. I know there's people who look at me and know me from the streets and be like, yo, this nigga was an animal. But the point is that you can change. And I beefed with 50 Cent 8 years. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And when the beef was real, I stood by Josh's side. I stood by Irv's side. But,
Right,
I'm
'cause that's
over
how
that shit.
That's how you got dragged into it, was a New York song, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't really a specific reason. You were just standing next to Ja Rule in that song.
I mean,
you got your verse, obviously.
Rules of the streets. You know what I'm saying? I just think it was rules of the streets. 50 was like, yo, this guy's strengthening them. You know what I'm saying? Let me go at him. And it sensationalized 50 Cent even more when you talk about the trolling aspect, the 6ix9ine aspect, the Donald Trump, because niggas is like, ain't a nigga in they right mind disrespecting Fat Joe and the Terror Squad. It's popping off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when you heard it for the first time, yo, 50 Cent diss Fat Joe, what did you think? The first thing that came to your head?
It's going to get ugly.
Bad, though, right? In the street. So now 50 Cent, his superhero is even more bigger. Like, it was like, yo, he dissed Fat Joe. This shit is on out here, nigga. Like, this nigga crazy. So the sense, the shock and awe value was, like, incredible out there.
Yep.
I just wasn't ready for it. I didn't know. You know what I mean? Like, I had tangled with, like, I come from the streets where, we say less. So it's like, you got beef with somebody, you be like, all right, see you when I see you. Or we gonna handle this. So I wasn't ready for rap beef or battles, and that wasn't where I was at. I was like more like, oh shit, nigga, this me. That was my pride. So I was like, we gonna take this out.
Right, because I remember Who Kid told the story about the alleged kidnapping, because I guess he had
Yo,
put out
Vlad, we did some crazy.
Right, because I guess Sauce Money, who was part of Jay-Z's camp, had done a song dissing y'all.
I don't know the whole
or something like that.
I don't know the whole thing about it, but I know the Who Kid situation was a big pun extravaganza.
That was all him, huh?
That was a big pun extravaganza. He threw him in the van and all that shit. Big Pun was crazy, man.
Pun was crazy.
Niggas, I used to go to his house, scream on him, like you sit on a pillow is a Mac 10. You sit in the thing, a fucking AK is under your seat. You go to get sugar, there's a 22 inside the sugar thing. You go this, like these niggas was like wilding for the night, B. Like, and I was just like, yo, but what the fuck, my nigga, with rappers? Like, what?
Yeah.
We got to get away, Pun, Pun was the little brother I never had, and I was the big brother he never had. You know what I'm saying?
I understand you finally settled the lawsuit with his widow.
I mean, I really can't talk about that, but what I can say is I didn't have to give $1 to nobody.
Aha.
Yeah, I've always, maintained that I was, I've always said that, I was a good guy in this. You know what I mean?
Listen, I don't know the story, but
I know the story.
You know the story. I don't think everyone understands the music business and how things work and everything else like that.
People, that's hard for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like some people, people just don't know, man. But the main part was that I loved them very much, and that I continue to love them, and that I wish his family the best. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry, shit fell apart the way it did. You know what I'm saying? And it put us in a bad space. You know what I'm saying? Because I got friends that passed away that their kids still call me uncle, and they come to my house, and you know what I mean? I took care of families, you know what I mean? Let alone, Big Punter was one of my best friends ever. It was just so bad how, shit fell apart,
Well, when you talk about the whole beef thing, I think you mentioned that you moved to Miami when you heard Cameron disrespect Nas. You just said, I can't do New York.
I mean, every crackhead, they take that last pull and then they go sober. You know what I mean? So that was the last piece of crack, New York crack for me. I was in my house in Jersey and I was listening to Hot 97, and they said they was gonna smack the kufi off of that. I had it. You know what I'm saying? So like, so New York went from being everybody helping each other, pretty much like the South does. Everybody was down with each other, digging in the crates. I'd be in Black Moon's video, Black Sheep's video. I'd be in, we just supporting each other.
Like Atlanta does now.
Like Atlanta does now. We was just doing that. Everybody was supporting each other, helping each other. And then it went to that period of where people started getting big money. And in this industry, it's like everybody rushes to be an asshole. No, everybody tries their very best to become a successful asshole. So once you're number one, you poke your chest out, you get a bunch of new goons with you that you get on stage and you act like the biggest asshole when you win Rapper of the Year. Now we gotta, you the same motherfucker I've been watching for the last 5-6 years, regular quiet nigga. You know what I'm saying? And now we supposed to say, all right, you made some hit records. You're the new tough killer nigga around here. And you got a new crew around you. We ain't buying that shit. You know what I'm saying? So what happened was in New York, everybody started getting big money and everybody started being like, yo, I'm iller than you. I'm better than you. I'm bigger than you. Jay-Z said some shit like that on his last album. He said, you rather sign to the nigga than make money with me.
Right, yeah. I thought of you. I actually thought of you when I heard that line, and I'm like,
that had nothing to do with it.
No, I know it had nothing to do with you, but it just, it showed how you signed with him because it was a better business decision.
Happened to me.
Yeah.
It's happened to me with friends. I've had deals with friends. I have offered deals with friends. See, I'm independent. I put up my own money. I own my own masters. I am actually in control of my destiny, career-wise, right? So when I take a friend I love, say a Boogie, and I tell him before he signs to Atlantic, I'm telling him, yo, I could hook you up with the plug. You own your own masters. You own your own destiny. These guys ain't gonna do what you could do for yourself. You got the whole system right here, and he still signs to them. And then I don't know what his contracts is or whatever the case may be, but I know he don't own his own masters. I know that he can't do exactly what he wants. I'm just saying A Boogie as an example. Same thing has happened to Khaled. You know what I mean? I signed a deal. I'll tell you. You want the bullshit? I'll tell you the bullshit. I did a deal with E1 and with Allen when I did. I was supposed to do something with E1 with Allen. I think the Dark Side album. I own my own master. I own this, I own that. So when I did the deal with them, nobody knew you could get a deal like this. I go and show the paperwork to Khaled, my brother, who's about to sign a new deal with these niggas. I'm like, yo, you want me to negotiate the deal? Because I get you your own master. Nah, I can take care of it from here. I got my own, I know how to do it. This is my brother dealing with the same people. I know he didn't get a better deal than what I got. You understand? And then all I do is win comes out. Biggest song in history. He could have owned that master had he listened to Fat Joe. You see? So sometimes that's what Jay-Z talking about. So sometimes, you try to put your people on to shit, and they sometimes for some reason because maybe you're their people, they feel like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, the first time I ever heard of Khaled was through you.
Of course.
You were the one that introduced, I feel, the hip-hop world to Khaled.
That's a fact.
I remember you had mentioned something like it was one of your interviews where people were looking at him as a DJ, and you're like, this ain't a DJ, this is like the best thing ever right here. Like
Fat Joe on steroids. Fat Joe. That boy, I knew, man. He was a special guy, man. I'm so blessed to have had him as a little brother, man, just being with me all the time. And he pushed me to do things I wouldn't have done. Like, I wouldn't have went and chased Eminem to get on the Lean Back remix. And getting Eminem was almost a mission impossible. So he was the one behind me. He was doing the Khaled. Get him. You could do it. Get him. So he was pushing me and I got him. You know what I'm saying? But, that was the Khaled 101. Now, Khaled to go get an alien to rap with Justin Bieber. Like, he don't give a fuck. So
yeah,
it's like, he was the guy behind me, like, pushing me to do certain things that I normally wasn't comfortable with.
Yeah, and look at Khaled now, man. He's reinvented himself into
the biggest guy in the game.
God knows what. Like I don't even know what you would even call him. Like
It's a
Snapchat superstar.
Yo,
like
his son looks like Michael Jackson. His son is
yeah,
like
his son is now like you know he's
Assad. I'd rather follow Assad than DJ Khaled. I'm Team Assad.
your team aside.
So he gets these pictures. He come today. He put up when he was looking out the car window. I'm like, oh my God, he's so beautiful. This kid is beautiful, man.
man.
I mean, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Nobody knows where the future goes.
Yeah.
Khaled had a kid. The kid is probably richer than us. Me and you, Vlad. Like
Probably.
The kid is making money. Like he's just like
He got his own Rolex.
He got to bring the kid. So when Khaled comes to something that I throw an event, I'll be like, yo, don't come if you don't bring the kid.
I seen a meme and it said, I ain't never seen Assad crying anywhere. That must be some poor baby shit.
Y'all never seen Assad cry.
That's what I'm saying. That must be some poor baby shit, man.
Never seen Assad cry. The worst I ever seen Assad do was some shit. My daughter, my daughter's his god sister. So she tried to get his attention. He was like, no, that's the only time I ever seen that. Like, this kid is like the perfect kid. He just said no for a second. Like,
that's it.
Other than that, he's smiling, laughing at everybody, running around. Like, that's where strong parenting comes in, man. Don't matter where you start from. If you love your kids and you on your kids and you show them so much love and attention, they know when they loved. You know what I mean? Even people, just relationships and everybody. People feel so much better with knowing you got their back and that you love them and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the kids' sense of happiness and running around is,
How close were you to Biggie?
Man, I can't say I'm a junior mafia, but I can say out of all rappers, possibly me and Jay-Z was the closest to Biggie, I think.
Oh, so you were up there with Jay in terms of the relationship.
Yeah, I talk to Biggie almost every day.
Really?
Yeah, on the phone.
You guys never recorded together though.
We did, but it never came out. And
Oh, really?
yeah, we did record. We was doing an album.
Was the
together.
song ever leaked or anything?
No, we did like 4 songs, but
You did 4 songs with Biggie that no one's ever heard.
never.
What the fuck?
I don't think you'll ever hear it.
Who's the producer?
If you do, you'll get upset.
Who's the producer?
It's Puff Daddy.
Okay, never mind.
So whatever, yeah. So I was gonna sign to Puffy. Me and Big was gonna do an album together.
Really?
So I'm the Puerto Rican Dawn. He's the Black Dawn.
Was there a name for this album?
Nah, not yet. But it was Biggie. Biggie brought me there and was like, "Yo, let's do an album together." So we start recording the songs. But then, of course, Industry 101, Craig Common heard about it. And he swooped in and he was like, yo, instead of doing that, I'll give you your own label. You can have Terror Squad, put your own music out, joint venture, overhead, money. Like, and Puff Daddy was like, Playboy, I'm not giving you that. So I was like, all right, Puff. So I went over there and I did that. But it was look, let's not hear the songs, man. The songs, we was going bad on people. You know what I'm saying? It was
you were dissing
it was
people?
real bad, yeah. It was real bad on it. It was going like...
Well, this was the crazy Fat Joe era where
Stupid
don't give a
crazy
fuck.
Fat Joe
Fuck
and Biggie
everybody.
recruiting the crazy Fat Joe like, fuck that. Let's go. I'm like, oh shit. Say no more.
A Fat Joe Biggie album back then, that would have been so fucking crazy. You know what I mean? With all the real production behind it and everyone Puff behind the boards and
the D Dots and the Stevie J's and all that. Like,
exactly.
It was like
yeah.
The Hitmen at that time when they was the greatest.
Well, you said you regret letting people know that Story to Tell was about Anthony Mason.
Yeah.
So that was a real Biggie.
I didn't know. I'm not elaborating on that, Vlad. I'm not elaborating on that because Anthony Mason's somebody I really, really look up to. Rest in peace, his family. It was bad. It was my fault. My bad.
What was the craziest Biggie story that you can remember? Because Biggie, I heard.
I said one about Clue. To this day, doesn't really like me. Because I said a story about when Biggie was looking for him in the club with the 22. Because Clue had put out some new Biggie shit without permission. So Clue gets mad whenever I say that. Like, to this day, he's got a little mad at me in the back. Because it's like, come on, man, you going to talk about Biggie coming to get me? Like, the craziest shit was with Biggie with me was like these guys, man. I don't even know if I could say that story, but um, just what I can say is it was great seeing the growth and the elevation of Biggie, man.
You're not gonna tell the story, yeah?
Nah, it was great seeing him go from green army jacket to rocking, alligator shoes and peach shoes. Like I
Suits
could
and the
not believe
hats.
it. So I'm standing in the background. Fat Joe ain't big yet.
Right.
So I'm looking. Now we making movies, Chanel T-shirts and shit.
Yeah.
We balling out of
No,
control.
Biggie, like, don't get it twisted. Biggie became a sex symbol.
Not just a sex symbol. He was iconic. He
Yeah.
looked like a superhero.
Yeah.
So you see him. He had the hat. He had the turtlenecks. He had the peach with the, and I seen it. I seen him from underground going up to like transforming into this notorious B.I.G. And it was amazing. I'll tell you one thing too, like when you see the videotapes of the crowd in Brooklyn that were wilding at Biggie's funeral, like I was in the crowd in front of his building, putting the candle out there in front of his building and all that. Biggie's another Biggie, Big L. There's a lot of tragic deaths in hip hop. The Kid Extension, where these people didn't have to die. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, Big L was a tragedy. He was about to sign to Rockefeller. Like,
he's people's
he was
favorite rapper to
phenomenal.
this day.
Phenomenal.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a shame that a guy that, lived a non-violent life got killed by violence. And it's always like on some jealousy shit. Biggie
Always.
got killed over jealousy.
100%.
Did nothing wrong. Just because, hey, this guy's successful. We hate the fact that he's still winning. Let's kill him. Big L, same shit. Big L was a prime example of what you was trying to tell me earlier. Big L never left this block. He always lived on 139th Street. If he would take a girl to a hotel, he'd go to Jersey, a hotel, but come back to the Harlem, nigga. Like, Big L was the nicest rapper in New York living in 139th.
Yeah, I don't know the story. I had heard rumors that had to do with a family member and something.
Oh, his brother was the man. His brother
Right.
was the
There
man,
we
and
go.
his brother did a lot of dirt out there. And rest in peace to his brother. His brother's dead
Oh,
too.
he's dead also. Okay.
He been died. So, so they got back at Big L.
That's what I heard. I didn't want to say it, but since you said it, then it is what it is.
Nah, it's true. But he was, he didn't deserve that.
Absolutely
You know what I'm
not.
saying? And if you listen to his music, all he ever did was scream out his block, his hood,
Yeah. Did you cry when Big L died?
Oh, of course. I was there. I ran to Harlem. I went to Harlem. I was in the studio. I think I was in D&D. And then we went over there. Big L's like my little brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not even as cool as me and Biggie. Big L's beyond that. He's digging in the crates. He's our brother. I
Oh,
watched him
right,
rap for the
right,
first
right.
time.
Yeah.
I watched him rap on stage with Lord Finesse for the first time. Like, you know what I mean? He joked with me. He did this and that. You know how many times I went to that block for Big L in the van, and then we jump out ready to hurt everybody. He fight the biggest nigga one-on-one. Like, Big L was a clean fighter, man. He was a fair guy. I used to tell him, yo, we're going to just jump out the van and beat these motherfuckers down with these bats. And this, he'd be like, no, get out the car. Let me fight him one-on-one. Big L's this little, this
Right.
skinny, fighting the biggest motherfucker on earth. I was furious behind that shit.
Well, you said you dealt with depression. How serious?
Serious.
Like,
Never
don't-
serious, I'm killing myself. I'm never
Not
doing
leave your
that.
room for a week serious?
Huh?
Like, stay in your room for a week serious?
Shit like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It was like I lost my sister, Big Pun, and my grandfather around the same week. And it was just too much for me, you know what I'm saying? And then most people when they deal with deaths, they deal with it differently. And I couldn't really, hide from it because Big Pun was so famous and we were so much twins and brothers that if I'm at a light and car pulls up right next to me at the light, yo, sorry about your brother. If I go to Miami, the waiter is like, yo, perdón tu hermano, so It took me like 2 years to get over that, man. And it was just like, yo, it could be like the brightest day outside. It felt like cloudy and dark. You know what I'm saying? I used to get upset when my wife got dressed up and was looking nice, smelling good, and I never felt like looking good. Or dressed. It was just a fucked up time. Real fucked up time.
Did you get over it?
Oh, yeah, I'm completely over that
Completely
shit.
over it. Any medication or all?
Nah, it wasn't no medication. It was I was seeing a
Therapist?
psychiatrist every week. And what basically, she never gave me no answers. She just heard me out, and she let me figure it out. So your mind is like a Rubik's Cube, bro. So you got to keep clicking away till one day it hits you. So one day I'm standing in front of the Big Pun wall, the mural. They just did it right now again, Tats Crew. And every year they change the wall. So I'm standing in front of the mural, and they painting that night, and then two dudes walk by. And one dude is like, oh, shit, what they doing? He was like, oh, that's a Big Pun wall. They do it every year. You know, it's been 2 years. And then when he said that, it just echoed in my head. It was like 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, 2 years. And I just told myself, like, yo, you can't keep feeling sorry. You can't, you got to snap out that bitch. That was the day I woke up.
Last time we did an interview was with Remy Ma. After that, the Sheether thing happened. You said that there's no coming back from that.
What do you mean?
Well, you said, hold on.
You got to quote me right, Vlad. I don't know if I said
Fat Joe and
there's
Remy
no
Ma
coming back
Sheether,
from
there's
that.
no coming back from that.
As far as what? Like, well,
I'll have to play the whole interview to actually
no. So what I'm going to say is there's no lyrical coming back from that. Like,
Yeah.
there was no...
And Nikki
there
didn't
was
really,
no...
Nikki didn't really respond. She
can't-
did a little
couldn't-
something here
couldn't
and there.
respond to that. You can't respond to that. That's what I meant by that. I didn't mean like, Nicki Minaj's career is over or anything like that. I meant like, I don't know, how could you respond to that?
Right.
How do you respond to that? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, there's been a lot of epic rap beefs. I would say that Remy is up there.
Oh no, that was a big one. That was a big one.
Remy is up there.
You know what I mean? That was that was a big one, man. It was not that I ever approved of it. I'm gonna ride with my sister no matter what. But I told her not to do it. You know what
you
I'm
told her
saying?
not to do it?
Yeah, I told her not
Why?
to do it. I wasn't because I didn't feel like she was doing great. She still is doing great, making money, whatever. I was just in fear of her just doing 8 years in jail. She got parole. You know what I'm saying? These people are watching. She just ain't need the energy. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I felt like she ain't need the energy. You know what I mean? And I've been through all that. So I was like, to me it wasn't worth it, but it happened. There's nothing we could do.
Well, hip hop is different now, man. It's like a song really can't end your career the way it did back in the day. You know what I mean? Like one really bad diss song, and it's kind of just over for you.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. These days, social media kids don't care, man.
It's just so crazy. We performed that Video Music Box 35th anniversary. Me and KRS, The Bridge Is Over, with MC Shan on the stage.
He was on the stage?
Him and FlyTy Williams
Really?
and all
'Cause
that.
I interviewed Chan. He still ain't over that, really.
Nobody's over that.
Nobody's over that. You know what I mean? That was a hell of a song. I think 50 even said that shit was so hot that they were playing it in Queens.
Of course.
It was that
one
hot.
of the
That they were
biggest
playing a
songs
song that was dissing their hood.
That was one of the biggest songs I ever heard in my life. And it's entertainment. You know what I'm saying? So,
What happened with Mike Tyson and Big Pun?
oh, that story. That's too long to tell right now.
Okay.
But what happened was we was going in the tunnel, and we had got into a major argument with all the security. And these motherfuckers was animals. They was the biggest niggas you ever seen in your life. And I kept telling Pun, yo, we gonna get beat up. And he's like, fuck y'all niggas, we terror squad, whatever. So right when we was about to get beat up, like there's just no other way to explain it to you. It was just me, Big Pun against 9 fucking Goliaths. And out of nowhere you hear a voice in the background. It's like, yo, Joe, yo, Pun, fuck these niggas, we'll fuck them up. We turn around, it's Mike Tyson with the kufi on, taking the loafers off, getting ready to fight. I was like, oh, yeah, fuck y'all niggas. Yo, we got Iron Mike, nigga. And Mike chased the fucking main security guy around the car. And what's crazy, what was epic, was the guy looked at me. The guy who was initiating to fuck us up. Because if they would have fucked us up, we'd have been in the hospital or dead. These is like 9-cock diesel, 7-foot tall brolic niggas. So that motherfucker looking at me like, yo, Joe, please tell him to stop. Yo, Joe, please. He didn't want no smoke with Mike Tyson.
Who really wants to fight Mike Tyson?
Nobody. Not at that time.
Like, even now, but back then, I remember I met him once. And Mike Tyson, let's just be fair, Mike Tyson's a little bit off.
He's off.
He's a little bit off.
His neck is this big.
Right.
No, like a pit bull. His neck. Mike Tyson at his prime, if you looked at him, his neck was this fucking big. Like you want to fight Mike Tyson?
Yeah, I mean,
he saved us.
Will Smith made songs about joking about fighting Mike Tyson back in the day. Remember that? I think I could beat Mike Tyson. Like,
nobody want to fight
it was
Mike
ridiculous.
Tyson.
Yeah, no, Mike Tyson's completely. Now, you know what I love seeing recently was you and my son on Flex. Because I remember there was tension between you.
I never had no beef with my son.
Right, but he felt that there was some tension back in the day.
He felt wrong. I never had no beef.
Because I remember when we were at the Jordan party, I ran into you, and I was with my son, and you shook his hand, and I'm like, dope. I love it.
I never had no beef with my son.
No?
So that was like wrong information.
I think it has something to do with some dudes that was around him, that was rapping
I never had beef
or whatever.
with my son.
But the fact that y'all did that
we rapped
freestyle,
on freestyle. He rapped his ass off too.
He rapped his ass off.
Flex put me on the spot, told me, yo, just rap. So I said, all right, I know my shit hard. So my son, he got busy, and what's crazy is good to see his elevation, his growth, not just as a rapper, because he always been nice, just as the consciousness and what he's trying to do with the kids and the youth, and he's transformed, you know what I mean, his train of thought to doing shit for the community. I got to salute that, you know what I mean? That's what I'm about.
My son is the most solid dude that I know. When me and him came together, and I said I got various issues with people and stuff like that, he said, I got you.
Yeah. It's a good guy.
And he's handled some issues for me over the years.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nah, he's a good guy.
He's
never
a
had no
respected
issues.
guy.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a violent, he didn't go beat anyone up. It was usually a phone call
Talking
or
to
a
him.
conversation.
Yeah, I never had no ill feelings towards my son. In fact, when Remy won Female Rapper of the Year, I was like, I went berserk. You was there with me, Wanda, when we won?
When you won.
When she won.
No,
I went crazy.
Yeah.
Like, like I'm running up and down the aisles crazy, and the first person I saw was fucking Myson and Chia Lee, and they jumping up with me, hugging me like, fuck, nigga, we took it back to the Bronx. Fuck that shit, nigga. Like, we was going crazy with each other, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah.
Did you ever see the interview I did with Chia Lee?
Nah, I ain't see it.
About the murder? About him, how he killed his
I gotta look at it.
baby mother's brother over Suck My Dick?
He basically told me like I was dead, and he ended up telling me you could suck my dick.
Over the phone?
Over the phone. I go to the Avenue, like if you know Throgs, like it's one like strip on, what is that, Dewey? That's Dewey, right? Yeah. And I go to Dewey because I know he's always out there. That's where he hustles at. So I see him on Dewey. We exchange a few words. You know, he's talking some gangster shit. I'm talking some gangster shit.
Did he threaten you at that point?
It happened so fast. I don't know that he threatened me. You know, he turned around and just was talking shit. Like when I ran up on him, he was like, "What?" Like, "Well, yeah, you know." I backed out and clapped him. I remember running, leaving the scene. I remember getting rid of the gun. And I remember thinking, damn, like, yo, I fucked my life up.
What is it in New York? I feel this is a New York thing. What is it about the word suck my dick that gets people so riled up? I don't understand it.
But you say it, you know what I mean? You tell another man, suck my dick.
What does that even mean, though? That's like...
That means suck my dick. That means like it's a different type of thing, bro.
But that don't even sound appealing.
Probably
Like, you
the
know what I
most
mean? Like,
disrespectful shit they invented to say.
like, yeah, he sucked my dick.
I mean,
Give me a high five.
Not
Oh, you gonna leave me
justified.
hanging, okay.
Not justified in court. You know, you can't go to court and say, "Yo, he said suck my dick, so I killed him."
I just, it's some jail shit, right?
I'm gonna be honest with you. If somebody told me suck my dick right now in this hallway or something like that, I would stab him up or something right now.
You
Like,
would
I'm
stab-
just being honest with you. I would really, really hurt this
Those
guy.
words are that serious to you.
Yeah, those are serious to any real nigga. Like, that's like that's I don't know. You might as well just put a death threat or something right in the card. I'm gonna kill you or something like that. I mean, guys don't take that lightly, man.
I get, but
I've seen
Shelly-
it. I've seen it in real life. I've seen, like, not killings, but I've seen dudes argue in my hood for hours, and then the guy says, suck my dick. At that point, it's violence.
Yeah, well, Chi definitely regrets what
Oh,
he did. He said he fucked his whole life up over that dumb shit. Because,
He did.
he has a baby with a woman whose brother he killed, and and he still has to maintain the relationship and the daughter and everything, and it's all fucked up.
I know the feeling, right? So my nephew's father was cool with the guy who shot me twice. And many nights I stood up thinking about what I should do to my nephew's father, but I never did it to him because I never wanted my nephew looking at me crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I know the feeling. I know the vibe of when you feel like, I mean, don't get it fucked up. I beat him up, threw his face through the windshield of a car and all that, but just not that extra mile. You know what I mean?
That wasn't the extra mile.
Nah, that wasn't the extra.
That was a regular mile.
That was a regular mile. You know what I mean? I'm talking about. That wasn't
Something
the.
else, Joe.
Yeah, I'm telling
That
you.
was the
this,
regular mile.
That was a regular mile. But
All right.
he and I know, but I would never do that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't do that to my nephew.
I've always wondered, and lean back. You said even Roy Jones was forced to lean back. What did that mean?
It didn't mean nothing. It meant that Roy Jones he was like the undefeated champion, and then he got knocked out. So it was a line towards like even Roy Jones is forced to lean back. Like lean back, the song was so powerful, he even leaned back.
He approached you at one point.
Yeah, I don't think I regret it. I don't think I regret the bar, right? But I do regret that, I was cool with him and he felt like I disrespected.
Oh, you were cool with him before that?
Yeah. He
Okay.
It was wrong. It was wrong.
Now, correct me. I remember I read a story that said
He
that
came to beat me up
he came to beat you up.
in real life.
He's not that big, though.
No, he could knock you out. He's the champion of the world.
He was the champion. Well, he's the middleweight champion of the world.
He could knock you out. I'm not a boxer.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So Roy Jones came to knock out Fat Joe.
Okay.
Had his getaway plan and everything. He got that motherfucker was gone in half a
He'll hit
minute.
you and then bounce. Okay.
Man, I had to tell him, please don't knock me out, man, Roy.
That's the
said,
story?
Yeah, that's the story. The story is I was telling him, yo, it's just hip hop, and he persisted and persisted. I said, yo, Roy, look, you're gonna knock me out. No question. You're gonna knock me out. You see them 150 guys over there? They're not gonna be cool with that, and nobody's gonna fight you. And he looks to the side, he sees 150 niggas, he looks at me, he goes, so it was just hip hop? I said, even at that, it's like, yo, Roy, it's just hip hop, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, because I remember I had read that when he had approached you, you had said you were forced to lean back twice.
no, I ain't
No,
telling
that's
you.
not
You
true?
crazy. I was telling that nigga, don't knock me out, man. I was talking to Roy Jones. I was like, yo, Roy, please, man. Like, we don't need to go there. Then he had a nigga in this corner, like, just give it to him, champ. Like, I'm like, oh, my God. Like, but nah. Roy Jones is respectful. He's a respectable guy. He's a real dude. He stepped to me.
Well, people, I don't think they remember how bad Roy Jones was in his
Oh my God,
heyday.
he was
Because
knocking
people
niggas
look
to
at
death.
Mayweather, but I felt almost like in his prime that Roy Jones was better because he would hit you.
I don't know if he was better.
But
Because
he was more aggressive.
Champ is-
He was more aggressive. He would hit
Yeah,
you
yeah,
with a
he
20
knock
piece.
you out.
Like Mayweather,
he was knocking niggas out.
he was knocking people out. Mayweather never really did that. He kept winning, but it was definitely more exciting to watch a Roy Jones fight.
I would say technically pound for pound, Mayweather never lost, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
but Roy Jones was like, he would knock you out. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
He just kind of went past his prime a little bit.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Eric Benet made some comments about hip hop.
I love Eric Benet, man. Everybody, at the end of the day, everybody has their right to their own opinion. And that's how the man felt. You know what I'm saying? And
We said the rappers are the black face of white supremacy.
that's his opinion, man. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't agree with it. I feel like it starts with parenting. You know what I mean? I start with, if any kid's going to go out there and rob a liquor store because they heard it on a Ghostface song, they're idiots.
Yeah.
This is entertainment. This is storytelling. This is poetry. Don't live your life after rap music,
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I think that hip hop could be used however you want to use it if you have an agenda.
Do you think
involved.
hip-hop kills people?
I think it
Man,
has.
you got to think about it.
I think it has a role in it. I think, for example, I remember I interviewed the guy from the World Class Wrecking Crew, and we were talking about the impact of NWA in LA. That before NWA, the gang thing wasn't really as prominent.
NWA and gangster rap made gangster lifestyle cool. So the ratio started to change. Everybody was a gangbanger. It used to be 5% gangbanger, okay? Because gangbangers, once upon a time, had a code. You just couldn't have a gun. You had to be able to fight. You had to have something to bring to the hood other than a pistol. Well, at some point in time, when the dope and the gangbanging became profitable, everybody became a gangbanger. So now you got 95% gangsters or 90% gangsters and 10% civilians.
I guess everybody got to...
You know what I mean? You can't say people aren't impressionable.
I think everybody, people are impressionable. Scarface made a lot of people sell coke.
Yeah.
But it was entertainment. It was a movie.
Right, but hip hop is based on reality.
Nah. You fucking crazy with these kids popping pills,
It's
running
supposed
into
to be.
walls at
Supposed to
fucking
be.
interviews and all that. You got to be fucking kidding me, bro. This hip hop shit, this ain't based off of no fucking reality, B.
Fat Joe lyrics aren't based on reality?
Not all of them, no. If that's the case, I wouldn't have a wife. You know how many menages I ran on my songs? You fucking serious? What's love got to do with a little menage? Nigga, that bitch would cut me. And every fucking level of a... You crazy, man. Hip hop is entertainment, man. And everybody would like to say it's real, it's their life, it's this. Some of it is reality, But hell no. Hip hop lost reality with Onyx. When I seen Onyx go, throw your guns in the air, I started saying the craziest shit you ever seen in your life. When I saw Onyx, it changed my whole life about hip hop. I was just like,
right,
all right, we can say.
He actually shot his gun off. Remember that
Nah,
video?
I'm saying, I started saying I put razors in kids' Hollywood, Halloween candy, like the foulest shit you could ever think of in the world.
Yeah, but I've interviewed
It's
Onyx.
entertainment. I understand what Eric Benet is saying, but that's what life. You know what I mean? You see girls, 15-year-old, putting fillers in their face, making their lips bigger. Doing all kind of shit. You know what I mean? It ain't just hip hop. Everything's impressionable. People are looking at different things, trying to emulate it. Story of life.
You said that Lil Uzi Vert is a bad version of Lil Wayne.
I shouldn't have said that. And keep that on this interview, too.
I agree.
Right? I shouldn't have said that.
It doesn't sound like a Fat Joe thing to say. Not the current Fat Joe.
No.
I was surprised when I heard it.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said that. And that was wrong because he's a good kid and he's doing his own thing or whatever the case may be. And, my point was I was trying to say that, Lil Wayne influenced this whole generation of rap. I should have never said he's a bad version of Lil Wayne. It's not true. He's his own person. He makes great music. That was wrong.
Well, because everyone influences somebody. You know, people could say that
I'm
Fat
influenced
Joe.
by Heavy D. I'm influenced by LL.
People could have said, yeah,
Influenced by
Fat Joe is a
KLS.
bad version of Heavy D. Like,
Or
you know what I'm
a fake
saying? Like
Biggie.
a fake Biggie. Whatever. However you want to say it.
It was wrong.
You could say it. You know, people were saying that. You know, I remember someone was talking about how, VladTV started this this interview shit. And people are like, no, that shit came from Smack. And I'm like, well, yeah, I was influenced by Smack, 100%. And Smack was influenced by someone else, and it keeps going and
It's just
going
the way
and
it is.
going.
You represent your own, who
Yeah.
you are. That's what it's all about.
I like some of Uzi Vert's music, but I understand the art form. I understand what he does, and I appreciate it. And as a lifetime hip hop head like yourself, I don't try to sit there and hate on the new kids, man. It's stupid to me. It's stupid. Me and Yachty talked about this in our last interview. I feel like I'm the only hip hop guy over 40 that actually defends you in interviews.
Yeah, probably. Or probably over. Who actually defends me? Yeah, probably. Yeah. I mean, there's people out there who don't necessarily talk down or bad, but probably, yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I can't necessarily say. I don't know what people are saying behind closed doors. I know a lot of people don't like me.
I don't never hate on none of the young niggas either. That's why I'm surprised at myself for giving that. You know what I mean? I think it was more or less that I just got caught trying to explain myself and didn't really articulate it well, and I made a poor choice of words saying the kid is a bad version of Lil Wayne, which, that was wrong. Because I met the kid a couple of times. He's been a great kid. He's always respectful. I got love for him. It's fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the main guys right now doing what hip hop has kind of evolved into. With the singing and the emo and everything else like that.
He makes hot shit.
Yeah, 100%. You had a business partner in your sneaker store up NYC.
I don't know if I could really talk about it, but yeah, the guy robbed me, man. He robbed a lot of people. I just couldn't believe it, man. I just sat there and I looked at this kid and I said, yo, bro, you're an owner. You're robbing from yourself, man.
I had dealt with him once or twice. Like I didn't have any bad dealings with him, so I can't say nothing bad.
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I didn't see it coming.
A mile away. So I teamed up with the kid, and the kid was a thief, man. He was robbing from a lot of people, man, and it wasn't really directly connected to the store. He stole a lot from us.
So he stole from you as well.
He stole from me.
How much did he steal from you?
Hundreds of thousands.
Hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, hundreds of thousands.
Is he in prison right now?
Yeah, he's in prison.
Surprised he got that far.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Stealing hundreds of thousands.
That's
from
another
Fat
one
Joe.
of them John Gotti's that they were watching. You gotta learn patience, Vlad.
How did you feel when this little skinny kid?
I almost died. I could not believe it. My whole body was trembling. I lost a tooth.
Wait, what?
I lost a tooth
You were that angry?
because I couldn't hurt him. I knew I couldn't hurt him. I knew they was watching him.
He was untouchable at the time because of the police.
I've never seen nothing like this in my life because I realized at that point that I take joy in people disrespecting me and me taking it back out on them. When I couldn't relieve that tension, it was a new place for me in life where I knew, you hurt this kid, you're going to jail. There's no doubt about it.
Has anyone ever stole that much from you before?
Never.
Never.
But he stole from himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, the kid is dumb. I guess you call him a kleptomaniac or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how you steal from yourself? You know what I mean? So imagine that's your glass of water and you run around and you go. Like, I can't understand the shit. Like, I'm looking at it like, yo, some people got problems. That's like a sickness.
Yeah. Well, I think, you know what it is? Growing up, I used to always think if I ever wanted to be rich, the only way I could get there is by stealing or robbing from someone. You know what I mean? And it wasn't until as I got older and I understood that, no, the way you're going to get rich is by doing good business.
Very good business, and on top of that, there's endless and countless ways of getting rich that we haven't figured out yet.
Yeah.
There's motherfuckers who got rich out of making the inside pockets of pants.
Yeah.
The pocket that we put our hand in every day, somebody got to make that pocket.
Right.
Somebody thought of that. It's fucking rich from that. It's like, it's so many ways to get rich.
Right. I think Biggs from, Rockefeller, he said something really profound. He said, don't mistake the popular circle with the winner circle.
That's a fact.
The dudes who are popular, who you think are popping, who are going to all the parties.
These guys we don't know that's fucking richer than life.
Listen, I don't get nominated for shit. I don't got no awards for my website or my whatever. But you know something?
Paying the bills.
Yo, if you really count up
Do
what
the right business.
I've done great business for 10 years. I've paid everybody. I've always made payroll. I don't owe no one nothing. I've never stolen nothing from nobody. I've never ripped anyone off. You know what I mean? Like, I sleep well at night. I don't think anyone's could ever, people could talk shit about my content or whatever else, but they can't say Vlad stole from me. And that means a lot.
Man, I hope they don't falsely accuse you of stealing from them. Because, that happens, Vlad. Like, your Vlad, that happens.
Yeah.
When you like, huh? And the most honest guy in the world take care of everybody. I made everybody rich or this and this and that, and you still get accused?
Is that what you dealt with before?
I've dealt with it.
Yeah.
It's sad when somebody accuses you of taking advantage of them or stealing from them.
Yep.
It's people you made rich. And then, but the truth is, the bottom line is you never stole the dollar. In fact, you stole from yourself giving them too much.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
It's easy to get money. Anyone could get a bag compared to what they have already. The hardest part is actually keeping the money. When I look at Joe, I don't see the ups and downs of Joe.
Joe got ups and downs.
But Joe has consistently been getting money.
I'm a hustler. My bones hurt, Vlad. I'm old now.
Yeah.
My bones hurt. My knees hurt. My ankles hurt. My voice is cracking sometimes. Like, I've been putting in this work. My concept is to just keep going, keep working, you know what I mean? Like, just keep working. Like, don't stop. Like, pick up this check, this check, this check, this check. Keep working. Go do this, go that. That's the story of my life. You know what I mean? Because I never asked nobody for a loan. I never asked nobody for help.
Right.
I don't have a boss. I'm my own boss. You know what that means? When I fly with the rest of the crew to fucking LA and there's 7 hotel rooms, Fat Joe's paying. Plane tickets, Fat Joe pays. For the $270,000 rap video, Fat Joe pays. For the radio crew.
Is that how much So Excited cost?
So Excited costed like at least $200, but this one's like $270 right now with Chris Brown. We got a song out.
Yeah.
Called Attention. That shit, we got tigers in the video and all kind of, I just love it,
And you paid for it yourself.
I wish I had any investors out there. I never got a nigga to invest in me one time.
Me neither.
In my life. I've never been lucky enough.
Yeah.
I sit down with motherfuckers, they be like, yeah, I thought of something. Somebody invested $10 million to. I'm like, shit, where they at? Like, I never seen an investor in my life.
Yeah, but you know something? I feel it's better when you don't have investors. If you could run a profitable business the way you have been running it, you are so much better off without having someone else have a say in your business.
I won't get an investor.
Yeah.
So right now, my biggest thing, my thing that I love the most is that I opened a sneaker store in the hood, and I'm about to open a couple more, and I don't want an investor. Like, people keep calling me like, yo, Joe, we could team up. I'm like, why? I got my own money. Why would I want an investor? I'd rather just keep the profit to myself.
Yeah. Fat Joe, always a pleasure.
VladTV.
10 plus years, man. You look good. You look healthy. I can't even call you Fat Joe.
I don't know what's going to go viral from this, but something always goes viral.
Something always goes viral.
I said something somewhere in there
Yeah.
that's going to go crazy. I don't know what it is. Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens.